I hate change. Well, maybe I can say, actually, up to this point in my life, I've hated change. And I was reminded of this again this morning when I feed Briley in the mornings while the kids are getting ready for school. And I headed down to a science. We were eating oatmeal and we were having baby oatmeal. And she was having baby food, fruit, and she needed more protein, more calories as she started her day. And so yesterday we started feeding her more food on her tray that she gets to eat, and it didn't go so well, and this morning didn't go so well, and I got really frustrated. I told the kids on the way to school this morning, we always pray right when we get off the exit off of 475 to take them to school. We pray, and I said, pray for me. I felt funny asking my kids to pray for my attitude, because usually I'm talking to them about their attitude, but today it was about my attitude. And I said, pray for me, because I've struggled with my attitude this morning. And I said, did you notice? And they were like, yes, we noticed. How would you not notice? I don't know. But I was really struggling to be patient at all. I was very impatient this morning. And I think these videos and Facebook and social media as a whole can tend to be, you either see the worst of somebody or you see the best of somebody, and there's not always something in between. And I think there's a tendency to make these videos, at least there's a pull for me to make these videos about, look how much I'm growing, and look who I used to be, and look who I'm being now, and now I'm being authentic now, and I didn't used to be authentic. And yesterday's video was, I used to rush through life, and now I'm not rushing through life. Well, let me tell you about today. This morning I was very impatient. I did not like change. And by the way, it wasn't even big change. It's not like we were moving states, we're changing the food that Briley's eating. And an 18-month-old, what an 18-month-old eats in the morning for breakfast, completely unraveled me. I let it unravel me. So, so this is the good, the bad, and the ugly of growing. Is sometimes it doesn't look pretty. And in fact, if everything was good and pretty and awesome and perfect, there would be no growth needed. So the reason we grow is because we're not perfect. The reason I'm growing is because I'm not perfect. There's opportunities to grow. It's the imperfection of life. And I want to be real about the imperfection. I want to be authentic about the imperfection. And if I'm really being vulnerable with you, I'll tell you that Katie called me earlier, a couple hours ago, and said, hey, I saw how frustrated you were this morning, and I want you to know that I want to help. I want to help fix this, what Briley's eating in the morning and how difficult it's being, because usually I'm the one responsible for making sure Briley gets fed. And Katie very kindly called and said, hey, I see you and I want to help. Can I help? And I was kind of a jerk to her, because here she is saying, I want to help. I know you don't like change. And again, it's not even big change, but it's change. And I want to help, and thank you for what you're doing. How can I help? And my heels were dug in. I didn't want change. I just want to go back to the food we were feeding Briley before, because I figured that out. I knew how to do that. I had it down to a science. That's what I told her. I said, I had it down to a science. I had it down to a science, and I want to go back to the science I had figured out. And so I wasn't very kind to her either. I don't like sharing this. But my goal of sharing these videos is to be real and authentic in my growth. And today I was faced once again with the opportunity for growth around the idea of change. Change is an opportunity. When we're faced with change, is an opportunity to choose our attitude. And I want my kids to be able to deal with change. Life is about one transition after another, transition after another, transition after another. And then I was on a phone call at work today, and there's a word, complexify. Complexify. Steve Chandler made that word up. It's complexify, and it means exactly what you think it means. It is the action of making things more complicated and complex than they need to be. And there was something I was working with where somebody had complexified a situation and complexified it month after month after month after month, and I get the opportunity to solve the problem. And I was once again faced with this. I just wanted to reach through the computer screen and just change it. Why is it so complicated? Why do we have to? Why change? Why did we have to change this in the first place? And man, I'm just really being faced with how much I dislike change, and yet I realize I'm on this journey of growth. Well, isn't that a dichotomy? That I'm on a journey of growth, which is change, and yet here I am realizing how much I don't like change, when I think in reality, change that I want, I don't mind. I want that. But when change is handed to me, when I'm faced with change that life gives to me, I don't want that change. That wasn't my idea. I only want change that was my idea. I was thinking about, usually God brings change in our lives that wasn't our idea because it's his idea, and by virtue of the fact that I'm not God, my ideas of change are not necessarily always God's ideas of change. And will I be okay accepting God's ideas of change in my life? I want to be that person. I want to be okay with accepting the change that God brings into my life and recognizing that there is an opportunity, there's a gift in the change. If I think just in real time, thinking through the gift of working through the different food that Briley's eating for breakfast, which seems so insignificant, and yet for me it's such a significant opportunity to grow, is simply learning to take life in stride, to enjoy the journey. It's not about getting to the point where I can know how to feed Briley and she eats, and it takes her 15 minutes to eat and then 15 minutes to get dressed and 15 more minutes we're out the door, whatever that time frame is. It's about the journey of helping a kid who needs more protein figure out how to get her more protein. Life is a journey. And what I'm actually realizing is this destination-centric way, where I was focused on just getting to a destination, and once I got to the destination, I wanted to stay there because I got to the destination. Why would I want to why would I want to leave the destination to go to another destination? That requires a journey. I didn't want a journey. I just wanted the destination. So what I'm realizing is that destination living abhors change, because change is about a journey. So let's bring this full circle. Life is a journey. And life is a journey. If I want to embrace life as a journey and enjoy life as a journey, I get to enjoy change. Not I have to enjoy change, but I get to enjoy change. I get to embrace the journey and the change that life brings. That's where I'm living right now. It's a far cry from where I was this morning at 7 o'clock. So in a matter of hours, here's the opportunity to change attitude and change your perspective in life. I'm embracing change because it is the journey of life.